everyone. We're here an hour later than usual. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday or whenever you're watching this. We're excited for the season finale we have tonight, and then we are going to be on a break for about 2 months. And I hope that everyone gets out of here alive and happy and healthy, and that everyone lives happily ever after the end. That'll definitely happen. If you did not see on Discord, there was a technical hiccup that happened at PAX, so that the Hunt for the Jersey Devil is no longer going to be a live play. It's going to be, I guess you'd call it a radio show. Is that what we're calling it, Bijan?
Podcast.
A
Yeah, audio
yield
play.
radio show.
Yeah. So that'll be a podcast instead, and so that's going to delay it a little bit because Bijan's going to have to go and do his audio engineering thing. And that's not something we have a lot of practice on. So it could be fast, it could be long. But that'll be coming up probably in the next week or two. And then we are on a break for a Cosmere this week. We're taking the week off for Thanksgiving. People just kind of wanted to chill. So we will be back next week for Cosmere. I think we have a few more episodes of that before we go on break in that show. And we've got some new stuff cooking. That I can't talk about yet, but it's going to be great. And I apologize. I have been super sick for the last few days. So if you see any sick-related things, I apologize. It's just, we're
Sick-related.
We're just going. How's everyone?
We're trucking through this
We're
week, right?
trucking through.
It's Thanksgiving week,
Yeah.
if you're in the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's we've got opening credits. Let's do it, friends.
You got me so bad, you make it all slow down, not getting closer, you're killing me. You thought it's over, I'm waking alone now, not getting closure. I knew that it was seconds from you losing me, but I just couldn't give it up. And all the times you said you wanted me, when you know we don't get along like we used to. Went along with everything you said and done for me. You'll never love me now, but you'll never know. You got me so bad, you make it all slow down, not getting closer, you're killing me. You thought it's over, I'm waking alone now, not getting closure, you're feeling me. So done running around, I'm so done looking for love, don't call me. So done running around, I'm so done looking for love so blindly.
Oh boy, last time things were happening. Some of you were stuck in the bottom underneath a mountain in a giant cavern, and a few of you were surrounded by a bunch of angry townsfolk with weapons and their apparently leader, who is just put up a bounty on Lao. It's not looking good, friends. We're going to start with Vesh. At the bottom of the cavern, you were trying to recruit any willing people who look like they might have some training to help get out of this. You had located Youngblood, who had said that Needle was in a prison somewhere in the complex. Many options before you. What do you do, friends? What are you thinking?
So I believe where we left off, the person that I had approached had said something along the lines of, "You don't know who you are dealing with,"
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I think I would follow up on that and ask, like, I'm assuming that we're picking up right off from that moment.
Yes.
All right. Who are we dealing with?
He kind of like looks at you, and still there's some fighting. You hear the sounds of people like repositioning above you. Said, what exactly did you think this place was when you came here?
I had an inkling. I've seen places like this before.
His name is Korok. He took power here about 6 months ago.
Okay. 6 months isn't that long.
No, it's not.
Oh.
But not much we can do. He controls everything.
Well, we have an opportunity right now. And he ducks as another volley of gunfire comes down. They're ducks behind cover.
Yeah.
You know what would help? If we can find where they're keeping the prisoners and release them.
I think you are going to need to persuade this person. Sounds like tides and sway. Is that a failure of 3, 2, 1?
Yep.
Rough.
Oh. That's rough, buddy.
Can you re-roll in this game?
May I
mechanic for
humbly
that?
request?
He looks at you, says, I'll show you where the prisoners are, but you're on your own. And you look and you see many of the other workers, young blood at your side. You are becoming surrounded as it looks like the guards have started to reestablish control and are closing in around you. And you might only have another moment before you are forced to either fight or flee.
I look in the direction where he is pointing for the prisons.
Yeah, he points you down a long corridor. It's one of the ones that you were eyeing before.
And I wait just long enough for another volley to go off so that they're reloading. And then I grab young blood. And how large is young blood, by the way?
Young blood is kind of scrawny, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I
pretty
straight up
small.
carry him in my arms and to shield him from anything. And I start running. And as I do, I look back briefly, hoping to spot Aizuesco.
And that was my next question. Aizuesco, you kind of had a bird's eye view of this whole scene as you were above. You have a little bit of time to like catch up with the present. What would you have been doing as you see this unfolding in front of you?
I think she would probably try to get the best vantage to either and remind me, Frank, how high up is Aizuesco in reference?
What did we say, like 50 feet up, something like that? From the cavern floor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not to be the Wildsea iteration of a warlock, but she's getting into position to do the thing that she's doing best, and that is
Started blasting.
yeah. Because if they were maybe like 15 feet lower, I think she might try and do like a tope or some sort of just like dive down. But 50 feet is a little too much of a.
All right. So you guys, each of you, Vesh, I think I need you to evade gunfire as they are firing on you as you are making this maneuver. I need you to make a reaction, Vesh, to evade gunfire in whatever way you would deem to do that as they are chasing after you.
So I would probably use Vault, I would imagine, as I am like, I've been timing the intervals between shots and have a general sense of when they're coming, and I'm just going to like dash, leap in like a zigzag pattern as when I think the shots are coming.
Serpentine, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Aizuesco, I
Just-
need you to roll for you raining lightning on people, some covering fire, as you will, to get Vesh and Youngblood out of here.
Wow, what an opposite. So the first roll was 3-2-1, and now 6-5-4. There we go.
6 and a 2.
Yeah, I'll let you guys narrate how this happens, but go for it.
I'm fleeing, and just as the shots ring out, the one moment I'm there, and the next it's just a hail of bullets hitting the dirt, a cloud of dust coming up, and I am 3 meters to the left, still running.
And it's very interesting that I recently just watched the beginning sequence of Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, because if you know that part where they're all like kneeling and they're about to fire and then like shit blows up like right below them, it's the reverse of that. They go and like they lift their guns to like reload, and lightning just like arcs across these like metal weapons into their hands.
Ooh.
They just like each of them just like lifts it up to like get ready to reload the gun, and it's just like just strike. just lightning just comes down and just arcs through these guards.
And yeah, you see several of them drop, some of the others chasing Vesh through the cavern that he went up, and some others pointing up to you, Aizuesco. And you hear another flurry of whistles as you think that this is some other code, followed by bells going off somewhere in the caverns and then above you. Seems like they have a pretty in-depth messaging system. And you hear just running from in the caverns next to you and around you. No one has found you yet, Aizuesco, but for Vesh, they're on your tail. And so you all know, I've made a new, I don't know, you call it a clock track in this game for you all escaping this mountain. After about several minutes of running, Vesh, you actually do stumble upon the prison. And you see there are at least 20 or 30 people in a huge locked cage, essentially. It really is a prison. Along with the wall, it's kind of built into the side of the cavern. Fortunately for you, it seems that the guard that were posted here must have gotten called away somewhere earlier in the melee, but you see them all kind of look up at you with interest as you come by with Youngblood.
I look to find Needle in the group of prisoners.
Yeah, no roll necessary. You see Needle there, kind of looking pretty despondent, sitting against the wall somewhere in the middle of the group.
Vesh is going to look at everybody in there. I assume you're all in here because you caused trouble for the establishment here. Is that correct?
You see mostly just kind of like shrugs and a few like nods. It's a pretty sad looking group, and I don't mean that in the terms of like they're useless. I mean that in the terms of like they look like they have been beaten down and are hopeless.
Okay. Well, we're gonna turn things around, okay? We're gonna get you out of here, and we're gonna We're gonna change things. All right? All right? You're muted, Frank.
That I unmuted. Make a roll with tides and sway, friends.
Six, 5, 3.
All right, another success. You see a few people get up. They look a little bit more confident. One of them's like, the keys are in the desk over there. And you look behind you, and it looks like there is a desk that maybe guards or sit at, take requests, file some paperwork, etc. On the wall opposite for where essentially the cage is.
He rushes over to the desk and throws the drawer open, pulls out the keys, and goes to release everybody.
Yeah. You open it, and you see Needle. People come up, and they kind of look to you, and they begin like crowding around. Needle looks to you and said, "They threw me in there because I refused to work."
Well, that was your right. I'm sorry for whatever they did to you. We should have taken better care of you.
It's okay. What's the plan, boss?
We're gonna go back to the ship. We've got some supplies there we can pick up. And then we're gonna find the rest of the crew. The more numbers we can gather, the better position we're gonna be in.
And at that moment, you see a rush of about, let's say, 8 guards rush and see this group of about 20 of you. And they draw swords, daggers, chains. And you hear one of them say, "Everyone, back in your cell right now."
I look to the crowd behind me. You gonna let them push you around now? Now that you're free? I see 30 of us and 8 of them.
Make another roll, friends.
And I'm going to yell and charge
Oh,
at
shit.
them. And I'm just going to try and like knock them over. I'm not like that.
Oh.
I'm just using as many as I can. I'm like throwing my body at these people to try and like cause chaos and just get people to run.
Okay.
That's yeah. Sway first though.
Yeah. And then I think your second one is probably going to be Iron Embrace.
Yeah. So that first one is a 4.
Okay.
Second one is a 5.
Okay. People like hesitate a little bit, but then go, and you just try to barrel into these soldiers, and you're literally just like shoulder first. You knock most of them to the ground, but as you're doing that, you are getting poked, stabbed, slashed. I need you to take 3 aspect damage from somewhere.
Okay. Can I does that account for the fact that I am immune to slashing like to keen damage?
Oh, that's a good point. I thank you for reminding me. No, have you take 1 aspect damage instead from the things that are not keen.
Yeah.
Because they do also have serrated things, which will cut you.
And blunt things.
And blunt things
blunt
that will
things.
hurt you.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair. Okay.
Once they realize that you're not very easily slashed, they're just going to start punching you. And you see part of the crowd starts running up, and part of them goes to help you. And it's devolving into a melee. Aizuesco, I'm assuming up top you are laying down fire on anyone that you see? Or are you exploring at this point?
I think she. Well, I guess it depends. So you said only some of the people went after Vesh, correct?
Yeah, some people went in another direction. Ostensibly, you think to go after you, but you hadn't seen anyone
Yeah.
come after you just yet.
I think what she's going to do is she's going to search and see if there's like a crack or a crevice or something that she can squeeze herself into.
Oh, and just like lay low. There are many. This is a mountain with many crevasses. You kind of get your pick of the litter. This is not very difficult. I'm going to say if you're using, what is it? You have a special, your gelatinous form. If you're using that, you don't even need to roll. You can literally just squeeze yourself into a crack, and it's going to be next to impossible for someone to find you in the dark in here.
And I say that she's doing that not necessarily in the hopes of like staying hidden, but like getting the drop on someone coming to look for her. Like she's effectively laying a trap.
My co-GM has come to say hello. For all you know, he's watching Finding Nemo for the first time, and he's very excited about it.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, like you pretty much, as long as you are sticking to this strategy, you can explore pretty safely. It might have you roll occasionally if you're like exploring this way, but you are very hidden. We are going to go back to the surface. And go to Skel and Visha.
Yeah.
I believe, Skel, you were face first, face down on the ground with this person towering over you, and the angry townsfolk coming in to surround you. Lao did his best, fired this large weapon, this giant bolt of metal. This stranger with the gold star kind of looks like somewhere between a cowboy and a pirate.
Oh no.
Towering over you. What do you do?
Where did we leave off with Lao last time? I forgot.
Lao for the moment is safe, but this man in front of you said a month's rations to whoever brings me the screw.
Right? Oh, I'll kill them.
So you believe that there's probably about to be a mad dash towards Lao. But Lao is on the rooftop with Visha right now. So if you picture it, you're kind of like wedged between buildings, and they're kind of like looking down on top of you. So for the moment, Lao and Visha are safe. How long that will be the case, unsure.
We're balling, right? We're balling.
We could be balling.
I think Skel wants to ball.
Well,
Okay.
I know ball. Do you know ball?
As he looks towards Lao and offers the price on his head, Skel is going to take his pistol, aim right at the sheriff's badge, and he's going to... I'm going to use a whisper. And I'm going to yell. I'm going to yell it. Unwise decisions. And he's going to shoot him right in the chest.
I
Ball.
love that. Whatever way that you would like to roll your attack on him, go for it. And I will let you add an impact. And I need to think about how this is changing the world.
Oh God.
Oh, that's a fail.
No.
That's a 3, 2, 1.
No.
Is there any what you call it in this game? Inspiration?
Devil's bargain even?
Devil bargain.
Can we get a devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain, please.
I need to think about how this whisper. Oh man, unwise decisions. I've got it. I think. Visha, are you also bawling at the same time?
I was about to try and ball, yes.
How are you bawling?
I was gonna try and make my way. I'm picturing myself on the roof
Mm-hmm.
with Lau.
Mm-hmm.
And if this man is just on a higher roof, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna try and do some parkour, and I'm gonna run at him because I have something I'm gonna try and do.
Okay. Oof, that sounds... Do you have anything in vault?
No, but I could, yeah. No,
I see you have grace. You have at least something.
yeah, she's graceful. That's about it.
Go ahead,
And
friend.
I could argue
Uh-huh.
that with as many dots as I have in Rattle, it means that I know how things are built. So I would know the best places to step on a roof like this, because this is all cobbled together.
Are you trying to collapse it?
No!
Well, then no.
I'm trying to traverse it
No.
carefully
No.
with grace.
No.
All right, it was worth a shot.
I'm sorry.
Um,
It was worth a try.
Look, one thing about me, I can find the stretch. Okay. Well, how about a 6? B?
Okay. Skel, you shout this. The shot. You do shoot true. Right into the star. It ricochets off into the night above you. He looks down at you and kind of smiles wide. At the same time, Visha, you parkour down. I think you're just trying to land on him and smack this guy?
Well, I feel like this is a 2-parter, which is why I wanted to see if I could get there first.
Okay, what is the second part?
I would like to go incorporeal, and I want to stick my hand in his chest. But then I want to materialize it.
What are you materializing?
Well, if I stick my hand, through him, and then I materialize while I'm in him,
While you enter him.
you know,
Okay.
you see,
I know
I
where
know
you're
ball.
going. This
know
is
ball,
great.
okay?
Okay. Are you okay with this hurting you as well as him?
yeah, that's fine.
I don't
He's
even know what
trying.
to call this.
To hurt Lau and Skel. I'm a ball.
Okay, I'm gonna say teeth. You don't have any in hack or hunt.
No, she's not a fighter. But
But I'm
tried.
gonna say I'm gonna give you increased impact on this. Because you are using. Make sure you mark your last dot on spectral variance, though.
When does it come back?
You will have to use a essentially downtime to repair it.
Okay.
So it's not destroyed. You just won't be able to use it for a while.
Okay. So I'm rolling 1.
You're rolling 1d6 with increased impact, so it means it'll increase the result by 1.
Would you say this is harvesting?
No.
Would you not say that this is harvesting?
I was prepared for
something?
this argument. No, it is not harvesting. It's a nice try. It's a nice try.
Okay. Okay. Look, I had to try. So with the increased, do I roll 2? Yeah.
No, you just roll 1, but it'll just
roll 1.
bump the result up 1.
It's a
Sweet.
2.
Man, we are rolling like poop.
No,
I know.
This is still great. You leap. You land through
still
this
great.
person. Put your arm directly into his chest, and then yank as you become corporeal again. And you
Yeah.
start ripping. At the same time, this whisper, unwise decisions.
Me. That's about to be me.
Wow, that
That's
was
about to be
perfectly
me.
timed. Hey, do you want to come here, baby boy? Are you okay down there?
I'd rather that be the noise that
You
man
okay?
about to make though.
Right.
Me when I grab his heart. Ugh.
Baby would like more watermelon.
Same.
True.
Unwise decisions, as essentially for the past 6 months, this man and the entire colony have been strip mining this place. And you, with your whisper, have changing the laws of nature itself. And you all feel it and you know what's happening. As underneath you, I alluded to it earlier, that the structural integrity of this mountain was not great. And the floor begins caving in underneath most of this town. And you all see around you as the streets, the buildings start caving in and getting dragged into this cavern below that has been mined to hell. And you see people, buildings falling down gradually. It's like a sinkhole opening up, and you see people holding on to things as they're now suddenly suspended into open air. Skel, you grabbing onto like anything that you can to avoid free fall. Visha, as this happens, your arm covered in gore and viscera, you also realize a lot of it is your own blood, as you have completely cut up your arm in reaching into this person. And you are hurt pretty badly. I need you to take 2 aspect damage somewhere.
Oh.
And you also begin to fall. I would like each of you to tell me how you avoid falling into this giant sinkhole that is opening up. Surprise!
Oh, thank you. Yep.
Oh, thank you Wow, thank you so much for the
Was that
subs.
10 gifted?
Yeah, it was. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow.
That was 10, bro. Wow.
Finale hype. Thank you.
Skel is just going to kind of just as he's slipping, he's going to try to find some sort of post or like, I don't know if there's stuff around, but something that is like anchored to the ground to try to grab onto.
There is enough that you could. You would have to scramble to get there, but you absolutely could.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
Let's think. What do you think is most appropriate?
Instinct and vault.
Yeah, that works.
5 and a 1.
Okay. It's not stable, but you're able to scramble to the outside of this hole. It's probably opened like 60 feet across, and you manage to get to the end and are holding onto essentially a lamppost that is now suspended over. But it is very barely holding on to the edge. And you have grabbed a hold of it, but it is not stable. Visha, what about you?
Well, my arm's kind of fucked.
One of them is, yeah.
I mean, probably not much different than what Skel is doing in trying to find a very, like...
A handhold or to get out of this?
Yeah, some kind of metal structure that seems maybe steadier than the rest.
You let me know what is most appropriate for you.
Would that rattle come in handy now?
Like, give me something. I have no skills.
Please, I'm skillless.
I'm just a medic.
I'm literally just a medic, please.
Let's see. It says rattle. Using salvage to repair damaged gear, understanding schematics and blueprints, spewing confusing
Understanding
jargon
schematics.
or incisive questions, crafting temporary gear with odds and ends, patching up a ship to keep it running till next port. I don't know if any of that really qualifies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One that.
Use your grace again.
Yeah. Yeah. No! I rolled a 1. I'm gonna die again.
Skel, you see as Visha runs towards you to try to grab hold of this lamppost, but it's too late. She's too slow, and she begins free falling down into the cavern below.
Can I try to catch her?
You can.
Yay! I got my Spider-Man.
Oh, not your Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I'm gonna say, oof.
Brace.
Yeah.
Iron Embrace. Let's do Iron Embrace.
All right, and here's the question.
Okay.
If you catch her, is it more important for you to hold on to the lamppost or to hold on to her and fall with her?
Fall with her.
Okay. I was gonna say, if it was more important for you to hold the lamppost, I would make you cut one. If you're just grab hold of her no matter what happens, then roll normally.
For the love of God!
Oh man,
Why?
this session.
We're
Wow.
dying! We're all dying.
You grab hold of Visha, but you lose hold of the lamppost and you begin falling. At the same time, part of the other unwise decision.
Oh no.
Aizuesco, as you are wedged in the wall, are you still hiding or are you exploring? By the way, I should give you that option before I tell you what happens.
I think she is. I think she's keeping an eye out. I don't think she's just. I don't like. If she's gone into this like divot, I don't think she is doing so with the express purpose of like hoping they don't arrive. So I think she's like keeping an eye out. She is alert.
Okay. When you notice the group of prisoners, and you may or may not know that this is the group of prisoners, but you see a bunch of people running up the cavern past. And you almost double take because you think there's no way. But you see a very familiar Ketra running by. You see Rachel sprinting by among the mass of people.
Yeah, that's enough to get That's enough to get him out of their hiding spot. That's especially if they are double taking. No, he's absolutely coming out.
What do you say when you see her?
I think they just stare.
Rachel. Aizuesco?
And they nod, just a little bit in disbelief.
You're alive.
Against the wishes of our former captain, yes.
At that moment, Vesh, you are battered, bloody, stabbed, beaten, but you limp up the tunnel pass and see Aizuesco standing, talking to a Ketra.
I run up next to Aizuesco. Oh, thank God you're safe. Friend of yours? I cross my arms as I look at this new Ketra.
They normally would respond, but I think their ink blot, like they use like their head to kind of translate this by just kind of looking from Raisha to Vesh and back again.
And as this happens, I think however many of those 30 people who managed to escape are probably trailing behind me.
Yeah, some of them are behind you. Some ran ahead, and some are just coming up now.
We gonna have a problem here? As I try to make myself look even bigger.
And they are not going to speak for Raisha.
No
They have,
problem.
yeah, they.
I have so much to tell you. We should get out of here first.
So, allies for now. And he holds his hand out for a shake.
She kind of like looks down at your hand, looks up at you, and then shakes your hand. So formal. And at that moment, essentially for you, the world explodes as the cavern begins to cave in from above you. And you hear the screams of people above as they begin to plummet into the earth.
Okay. Vesh would brace himself. Is this happening right above us? Like, are there falling rocks? Like,
So you're in a cavern somewhere, so you may not be immediately things falling on top of you, but with this much damage happening to the mountain, the caverns that you're in could collapse. It's possible.
all right, everybody, we need to get to the surface quickly. And he starts ushering people through the tunnel passage. As somebody comes by, he looks to see anybody who looked like they kind of handled themselves in that fight.
There's a few.
And he quickly grabs one and pulls out the pistol that he received from that first episode that we did.
Oh,
I've had it on me
genuine
the whole time.
6-shooter.
Yeah. So I give that to somebody to just cause more.
There's a large, ardent, thick-chested, mustached, kind of like, he's taller than you are. He's huge.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I just wordlessly put it in his hand and usher him forward.
He kind of like looks at you, Looks like he's thinking for a moment, but then he just kind of nods and begins stalking up the tunnel. Follow me, everyone. And you hear two familiar screams as you start making your way up, as you hear the screams of Visha and Skel. Visha and Skel, you are free-falling. You have seconds before a pretty brutal impact. Any bright ideas?
Not without my cannon. I'm bringing it everywhere now. Screw the.
right. You go one day without your cannon.
One day without your cannon and the world comes apart.
Unfortunately, it is my class, so all of my skills reflect my cannon.
Hey,
and so
if I ever gave you the impression that it was not okay for you to have your cannon, I apologize. Definitely did not want you to think that you could not bring your cannon.
no cannons, dude.
Dude, well, the best I got is making us incorporeal again and falling through whatever, so we don't splat.
Besides straight dice rolls, yeah, I got nothing.
Let's see. Do any of you have any equipment? Ropes? You know what?
I'm a medic.
I'm a gun boy.
Can you, do you, webs? Is that a bad thing to ask? Is that a bad thing to ask? Can you
I
make weapons?
can't make them.
Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen if I do this, but
All right.
I'm gonna just
Roll a
avoid our
straight
splat.
Roll straight d6, both of you.
Oh, okay. So
That's a
for
1.
what?
Oh, my god.
Oh, I'm scared. Oh no, I'm scared. No, I'm scared. I got a 2. Can I? If I assume we're holding on to each other,
Mhm.
she's not gonna let him die for her mistake. Let me wrestle with him so I can fall. So I can take the hit. He may still not live. But she's kind of the mind like, I'm already dead. He's still got a life. And he just risked it to save me, a dead girl. I'm not gonna let him do that. Just take that into consideration, please.
Skel, I need you
This
to...
music.
I need you to burn one aspect. And Visha, I need you to both burn one aspect and take 4 aspect damage.
Wait, what do you
When
mean
you say
burn?
what is like burn a whole one?
Burn
Like it's
means
gone.
like exit instead of marking it.
Oh.
Like a full one?
No, not
Or
a
just
full
one
one,
pip?
just one pip. Burn a pip.
It
and
can't
then
be
take...
healed? Is that what that
It can be
means?
healed very difficultly. It will take a
Oh.
long time.
Okay.
And then I need you to take 4 aspect damage, Visha.
Well,
Okay.
you said burn one and take 2.
No, you
No, he said 4.
burn 1,
You
and then
Oh,
for Visha,
okay.
burn 1 and take 4.
Oh my god.
I will.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh.
My god, this is...
Visha,
Dude, this is bad.
you shift... Vesh. You shift Skel on top of you, and you just fall straight onto rock below and get debris falling on top of you. And you just do your best to shield him, holding him tight in your arms. And then you are all just covered in dirt and blackness.
Oh my god!
Your head is ringing like the loudest tinnitus you've ever experienced. And you two are, for the moment, buried alive. And we are going to pause there. And we're going to go to a quick 10-minute break. And when we come back, we are going to do a little small time skip to the aftermath of what just happened. I hope you all will come back and see what is in store for our intrepid explorers. Stuff is rough, but we will be right back, friends. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here with part 2. That was something. Quick
that was
announcement.
juicy.
Yeah. Join our Discord, discord.gg/magicrpg if you want to know what's coming up next with us. We're off the rest of the week. The Hunt for the Jersey Devil is going to be a podcast that's going to go up in about 2 weeks. We're off Cosmere this week, but are coming back. Dying Storms next week. And this is our season finale. We are going to be off until January after this, but you can catch up on this show and all the other shows on our channel at youtube.com/magicrpg. And if you want to follow the stream, we are magicrpg basically everywhere. We have a few more shows that are coming up, not quite ready to be announced yet, but should be soon. We got to see some of the artwork, and it's just so good. Crisby, if you're listening now or eventually, you are just so good.
Love you.
We appreciate you so much.
You're the best.
Thank you for doing art for so many of our shows. I swear we're gonna be using all of his free art time from now until the end of time. It feels like, but yeah. We fast forward through the night, and oh man, sorry, so much. My heart is gone. Aizuesco and Vesh. As this happens, the guards, soldiers that were hunting you eventually stop. And you might have thought this might have been a situation where people would fight to the death, that it would be all to get people in line. But they realize what a disaster this is. And slowly but surely, they just want help finding people, uncovering people, tending to the wounded, fixing what has happened to what looked like a very prosperous place is now in ruins. And for the next several hours, people put down their arms and are just focused on finding people that have been buried or crushed under this enormous landslide caused by a very, very powerful whisper shouted into the void, powers made manifest in a moment of pure emotion and chance. And through the night, they essentially go into survivor mode and start digging up people. It is in this process that eventually you find both Skel and Visha, who were dug up after about 2 hours of moving debris and rocks and rubble, with all of the people there helping. They are very hurt, in and out of consciousness. Too bad Visha does not have a surgeon to help herself, as she is in very rough shape. No one really cares about you, as they are just focusing on survival mode. The town, I suppose, needs an updated description, as instead of a tiered mountain up top with various levels, instead what we have is a top level that is essentially a ring with the ships on the outside coming into a flattened like cave underneath, or not a cave, it's like a concave straight down, hollowed out in the middle. And they are just trying to clear this, and a lot of the rubble and debris is being carted up onto the parts of the mountain that are on this outer ring. It's not like a super thin ring. It's probably still like a half a mile around this large hole in all directions. But this town was pretty massive before, and most of it is gone now, outside of the docks and a few buildings on the inside. You're able to locate most of the refugees, including Lao, over the next few hours, and you are largely ignored, and you have a moment of quiet to recover. Youngblood, Needle, and Raisha all seem okay. You're able to find them. Like I mentioned, there's a few people that are missing that you assume are in the rubble somewhere. But for the most part, you're all okay. And you have a moment of quiet to do whatever now. You could rest. You could grab your ship and make a run for it. You could try to organize. There's many things that you could do here. You could check on some of the prisoners that you released and try to organize them, or you could just sleep. So I would hand it over to you. Probably Vesh seems to be the healthiest and most assertive, but Aizuesco, you are also pretty healthy, relatively speaking, and hand it over to you for what you want to do in this quiet moment where the concourse seems to have basically forgotten about you as they try to tend to their own.
I gather the group and I say to them, we need to decide what we're going to do next. We have an opportunity here. Everybody is dealing with the fallout of whatever happened here. But soon they'll pick up their arms again and try to reassert control. We should speak to as many people as possible, quickly and quietly, and gather them on our side of the cave-in. And he motions to where a lot of our people have sort of, I'm sure that our people have kind of coalesced
Yes.
to try and stay safe, right? To try to not, get caught up in whatever fighting might happen later. And I say, talk to prisoners, talk to guards, anybody who you think might want to see a change. If we have enough people on our side, maybe there doesn't need to be any more fighting.
You see the large man who you handed your revolver to again come up to you and say, "This place was nice once. Might be nice again if we can fix it."
Are you from here?
Born and raised.
And what was it like before? Who used to run things?
He kind of looks down. It was heaven.
Can you point out to me? Well, I guess let me ask this. Everybody who is a guard here, did they come from somewhere else, or are some of them people that you grew up with?
Kind of scratches his head. It's complicated. Most of us are from here. Some are from elsewhere. Most volunteer, some not.
Okay.
It's complicated. I don't really know how to explain.
Can you point out to me people that are from here, from before?
And at this point, there's, dozens of people in various places all around the ruins of the city. And he just begins kind of pointing, both among this group of prisoners and among the guards, and even not guards, but just like the townsfolk that were rallied to attack you all. And it's a pretty good mix. Probably 65% of the people from here, from what it looks like, and the rest from somewhere else. So it's a decent mixture.
I turn to the crew and I say, if we can convince them that all we need to do is band together and things can go back to the way they were, this could be over. Right?
Maybe if Korok is dead.
Vesh looks at the ground momentarily. You think that's the only way?
He's convincing.
Vesh, this entire time, Aizuesco is maybe like 10-ish feet from you. And their arms are folded over their chest, and like they kind of have that like little hip cock thing going on, like their right leg is bent and the left leg is straight.
Mhm.
And it looks like they are looking not at you but past you this entire time.
Vesh turns to see what he might be looking at. Are you looking at something specifically, or are you staring off?
I mean, I'll leave it up to Frank if there's anything behind you, but it looks like they are looking in your direction, but it's not like their ink blots are trained on you.
Nothing specific, no. Behind, just people.
He'll try to catch Aizuesco's gaze more directly. And Aizuesco, what do you think? What do you think we should do?
You want to discuss your way out of this?
I think there's an opportunity. People have laid down arms. I don't wish to see anyone else killed. If we can help it. And you see a genuine pained expression in his face.
Why are the arms laid down in the way that they are? The question
Whatever.
is a rhetorical. The arms are laid down because Korok is destructive. The arms are laid down not because of anything we did, but because of his greed, his insensitivity. He is at fault, not you.
Are we conscious?
Up to you.
Our friends are hurt because of him, not your choices. Our friends are hurt because we did not stop him. That is all.
We can't control the choices of others. But every moment is an opportunity for us to make a choice of our own. I don't know if I have it in me to make that choice, Aizuesco. I am not going to tell you that you can't make that choice. I know I am the captain, but we're not on the spirit route. And you're on the crew by your choice. If you feel that's the only way out of this, I just can't do it myself. And he takes a step back.
She unfolds her arms, and you see a little whip of some of her tendrils. Her head doesn't move, but the tendrils do on their own. And she turns to her left and begins to walk towards the spirit room.
Okay. I motioned to the guy that I gave the gun to, and I ask for it back. I gestured to it.
He looks at you. You're leaving?
No. No, we're not leaving yet. He's not sure what Aizuesco is doing, but he doesn't feel...
He flips it over in his hand and hands it back.
I hand it to well, Skel, are you conscious?
Yeah, are you?
Let's see. Let me roll a die.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
He is. Barely.
Okay.
I am not. I've decided.
I hand the gun to you just as I trust my crew more than a random dude. And I motion to this guy again. All right, come with me. Just point out the people that were here before. And he goes to just start talking to people. He's just gonna make his case. I assume that Aizuesco is off to do his own thing. I'm not, or her own thing. I'm not going to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to go ahead and continue with what I think we should be doing.
So yeah, I would say tides and sway. We're just going to do a montage for your conversations with them.
4, 2, 1.
Okay. Most of the people that you talk to have mixed feelings about this place. All of them kind of say that they prefer the way things were before, even the ones that aren't really inclined to listen to you. But a lot of people recognize the fact that it was, and they kind of explain this to you, Korok is actually what made this place, for lack of a better term, a regional power, and that their freedom and security was a lot stronger with him leading than it was before. And as you're talking to people, you're kind of getting a little bit of the picture, not a complete picture. But you can tell they were kind of a council-run government for a long time before a series of accidents, duels, and like political outmaneuvering essentially made Korok a kind of dictator of this place. And he's kind of run it ever since.
I would imagine when people talk about how much freedom that they have, I would point out that freedom came at a cost, and that not everybody here enjoyed that freedom.
And the ones
Mentioning
that the ones that
Yeah.
agree with you definitely agree with you, and the ones that don't kind of shrug and say the wild waves are a dangerous place. Which, callous, cold, but also, even in your experience, very true.
Well, the ones that agree with me, I hope that they are gathering.
Are you trying to gather the ones that are like kind of to your side? Okay.
I am trying to gather them all into this big group that we have, and whatever.
Literally having people choose sides, I see.
Literally, yeah. And I'm sure that they are all. I'm not telling them to grab weapons and stuff or whatever tools, but I imagine that that those that have them, if they're a guard, probably bring them with them. And those that don't, try to extract something from the chaos. I mean, there's got to be stuff strewn about that I'm sure some of them are gathering.
Yeah, and I think they look more traumatized than anything else. But some people do have small arms, nothing as big as a cannon, and most just like either, again, single shot pistols or various bladed weapons. Some even have like crossbows. But largely people are just kind of like look like they're waiting for the other shoe to drop at this point. Let's go to Aizuesco. You are going to the ship. What is Aizuesco doing on the ship?
Aizuesco makes a beeline for the engine room. And she gets there, and there is a bucket that was once filled with water, and before that it was Krezerin water, but it is empty now, and it gets kicked across the room in anger. And then her body like shudders a little bit, and her tendrils whip, uh and then she crouches down, and she there's like a little crevice around the battery that she reaches underneath and pulls out a piece of cloth, and she unfolds it and brings it very close to her face as if she's studying it. It is the cloth that she was using to kind of study her own semi-human anatomy, and it's almost as if she's trying to commit it to memory as she begins to leave the engine room and go back the way she came.
Meanwhile, Visha and Skel, as Vesh and Aizuesco go off, Visha, Lau kind of sits next to you and doesn't say anything, just kind of seems to want to make his presence known, and is just sitting by you silently and watching you. But what are you two doing?
I would say breathing, but she doesn't need to breathe. I realized.
Could it be this that it's like an involuntary thing when she's unconscious? That she's not.
Involuntary little
Like,
chest.
while
even
you
though
do
it's-
while you do not need to breathe, you still can. So you might do it
That's
even
true.
though you don't need to.
Focusing
That's
on
what
the-
I was
on the
thinking.
breath and
By the way, thank you for all the gifted subs. So many. Today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you so
guys.
much. Yub yub.
Yup,
Yeah,
yup.
thank you.
I think it's a lot of listening, a lot of observing. It's like in and out, hearing what Vesh and Aizuesco are saying. Is Skel nearby? Can I see him?
I think you two
Yes.
are pretty much next to each other. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
It's one of those laying in the bed, looking one way, and it's the very intentional flop of the head to the other side to see if he is awake.
He is. He's just kind of sitting there quiet.
She'll open her eyes and look. It's just a look of like assessing damage. She's looking him over.
You are awake, Visha.
Yeah, I am very much awake. Good to see you alive.
You as well.
Barely alive from the looks of it, says Lau.
Well, we did fall from like a very high spot.
You saved me.
Well, yeah, that's my job. Besides, you wouldn't have been in that situation if you hadn't tried to save me. I was just returning the favor.
I shouldn't be here.
Why not?
It is what we talked about in the crow's nest.
It's not that.
Tell me, Visha. You said you were going to keep count.
So then this is 1, or is this 2?
This seems more like 3.
Oh. Well, we're not dead yet.
I don't think surviving due to your ghostliness counts as a win.
Is it a loss?
Neither.
Okay. No break even.
But Bastion. Sorry. The concourse. I don't know. For some reason, during the break, we thought thought this place was called Bastion, and I was like, "It's called
Concourse.
Bastion, right?" It's called the concourse. But the concourse is practically in the same state of Rusttown.
Well, it might be for the better in this case. Eh,
Why are we still here?
well, I think it's because I can't move right now.
No, why are we? And he motions to like the ship. Still here.
That's a good question.
I believe your captain wants to do some good.
Right. In what way? Did he say? Is he doing something dumb?
Does your captain ever say what he's doing?
Sometimes.
How does one do good here?
Is Aizuesco in sight?
Aizuesco, you can determine when you enter stage right.
I think she is moving with purpose, so probably yeah. Maybe recently just coming down off of the ship.
One weak little arm comes up, waves.
Aizuesco.
You find that you don't even need to put your arm up. She's coming right at you.
Oh. In a good way?
Is it aggressive? How aggressive is it?
In a good way, positive or negative?
She does not look like she's like slowing down, and
Okay.
she is moving quickly and with purpose.
Aizuesco? Hi. Hello.
She gets up to you and is like
I'm laying. I'm just a baby.
she like gets down on her knees and like sets this like piece of cloth by your head and just begins like she's like hovering over you. She doesn't acknowledge that you said her name or Skel has said her name. They are just like looking you over.
I know
Kind-
that look.
Kind of it's a little uncomfortable perhaps because they're like very in your personal space without saying a word.
Are you in doctor mode? Did you learn more?
Raisha has taught me to forego words when I am emotionally volatile, so I will say nothing other than please relax.
Who is Raisha?
A friend?
They without looking up point just southwest of you, Skel. And if you look up, you will see a Ketra standing there, not paying attention to what you're doing. They're probably I'm gonna put it back in Frank's hands, but they're probably just talking to another person.
Yeah, they're just kind of chilling.
Ah. A Ketra.
Do we like them? Are they your friend?
They kind of huff in response.
Do you want me to shoot them?
They look up at you, and for like a second too long, it looks like a dirty look before their face kind of like resets. It's kind of like when somebody like elbows somebody with resting bitch face and their face resets. It's like that, but there's nobody to elbow them. So you get like a really nasty look for like a second and a half, and then it resets.
I take that as a no.
So
I am-
friendly.
Apologize, I am not in the best of moods.
I should not be directing ire at you, Skel. I am sorry. Yeah.
And like you hear like a violent little teeth clap.
That's great.
And Frank, I think Aizuesco is trying to use what little knowledge they have intending to help Visha here.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Go ahead, friends.
And I wanna argue
Mhm.
that she is using instinct and sense as opposed to tending, because she's trying to understand like where Visha is hurt.
Yeah, that's fine.
633.
Yo.
With a twist.
With a twist.
With a twist.
So you can tell. Granted, Visha is an ardent human. They are also not. And you can see not only are they hurt physically, but they are hurt like spiritually as well, as their form is damaged in ways that you don't quite understand. But you can see that their incorporealness is just kind of shifting randomly. And obviously she's traumatized beyond what you've seen. As you're inspecting Visha and kind of sensing that you were talking about them, Raisha walks over to the small group of you and just kind of looks. He looks over to Aizuesco. You've been training.
Yes.
And she goes down and gets eye level with you, Visha, and gives you a very hard look. And then she looks like she's about to put hands on you and then says, "May I?"
You can.
And you're expecting her to like kind of feel for vital signs, but she starts actually kind of rifling through your pockets a little bit. She's not taking anything, but she's like feeling.
Okay.
And then she comes up with your compass and looks at it in her hand, and then looks up at you and looks back down at it, and then puts it back where she came from. And then she starts taking vital signs and listening to you breathe. And then she stands up and puts her hands on her hips. And then she kind of nods. You are Visha, surgeon of the spirit root.
Yeah, that's what people call me.
She looks at you, looks at Aizuesco, and then she'll gently tug Aizuesco away and whisper, "This is your new crew?"
Considering I was evicted, yes.
And you trust them?
Some.
She nods.
And they make a point to like not look at anyone
Mm-hmm.
when they say that.
She walks back to you, Visha, and says, she sighs. Whoa, $50 tip.
Oh.
Fix
Oh,
some
wow,
of
thank
that-
you.
And also zoinks. Whoa.
Fix some
Thank
of
Fix
you.
that.
some of that fall ouchies. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bruh.
you.
Thank you. I can't remember what 50 actually does because it's been a while. I'll see it when it scrolls by in
Neither.
a second.
Repair an aspect of the crew.
It's a repair
Oh.
and aspect. Yeah, that's fixing the ouchies.
Yes. You can pick. I'm assuming Skel or Visha, but you can pick one. Let us know. But
Is that a full heal or just one pip?
one pip?
Oh, dang.
It'll
Are you
fix one
full
of
on
your
any?
burns.
I am. I mean, I had to. I'm full on my ghost sight, but also I don't use my ghost sight very often.
I'm full on my third arm, and I put one burn into it.
Fix Skel's arm.
You
I
can
feel like
fix
his
the
arm is
burn.
more important.
Okay. Raisha looks at you, Visha, and sighs. Visha, I've met your brother.
What? You've met my brother?
Yes.
That, I don't... How old can Ketra get?
Oh, misunderstanding.
Because he's not alive.
He's not alive in the same way you're not alive.
Wha-
404 error.
Where is he then?
He and Callum are both on the Onyx Star.
She whips her head to Aizuesco.
Did you see them?
Would Aizuesco have seen
No.
them?
And Raisha quickly says, no. They were acquired after Aizuesco was thrown overboard.
So within the last week,
It's been probably about 2 weeks, but yeah.
2 weeks. You see Skel counting.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Unfortunately.
What do you mean by acquired?
She looks to Aizuesco.
Visha does a between the two of them, looking back and forth.
Trev has a very unhealthy obsession with certain things. Aizuesco tried to warn the crew. I did not listen enough. And I was sold here when they left about a week ago.
Okay.
They're on the ship. They were found in the sea.
Well, did he seem okay?
He seemed dead.
Well, yeah, but other than that,
Other than dead, he seemed okay.
is he upset?
She looks confused, like, why would he be upset?
He's not in the ship. And worse, he's following someone else. That would piss him off.
Again, Raisha looks to Aizuesco nervously.
She has not looked up. He's actually kind of looking back and forth between like an injured spot on Visha and the diagrams that they have drawn.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to explain. He found something dangerous.
Okay,
I
well,
don't believe your brother is himself exactly. Atlas there are some things on the wild waves that are difficult to explain, and I can't explain how Trav is acquiring these people.
well, then we have to go find this ship. Besides, if he's out here, he's gonna want to meet him. Wherever Vesh is, right. He's gonna want to meet him.
I have a question.
Heads kind of turn to Skel.
You two seem like adequate individuals. What were you doing on a ship like that then?
Rachel
Visha,
looks
you-
ashamed.
Yeah. Visha,
Yeah.
it's almost like you can hear like a distant thunderstorm really close to you. And there's like a little bit of like a blue radiance, especially in her left arm. I believe it's her left arm that has the lightning rod in it. It's kind of like the equivalent of somebody just like seething with rage, but like trying to contain it. And she tries to like be overly gentle with you as a result. So it's like she's barely touching you now at this point to try and like resolve this.
She's sitting still mostly. If she's moving around, it's because it's done now. So she's being good.
Then she's gonna pull her hands away and she stands up and starts to pace. And it's like she's not necessarily aware that she's doing it, but she's absolutely pacing.
At this time, Vesh, I would say you would have finished making your rounds and you could come back to see the scene in front of you of Raisha looking down, Lau kind of listening intently, young blood and needle just kind of staring off into space, Skel and Visha conscious but very hurt, and Aizuesco pacing. Kind of
You can start to
dissociating.
actually see like some weight of his third arm is starting to refill his sleeve as the spiders start to repopulate different parts of his body that were hacked off. You didn't answer the question, Aizuesco. What's Sparrow looking for? What are you?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
You grabbing the die? Coin flip.
You're Harvey
no.
Denting this?
Oh no.
Oh man.
Why am I so nervous?
Yeah, not the deep sigh, not the deep breathing.
Deep sigh, coin flip.
She stops pacing. Frank, what's nearby all of them right now?
People, I assume you guys are either inside or underneath like the wreckage of a building.
Mm-hmm.
But just people, furniture, maybe some weapons on the ground occasionally.
She's going to reach behind her with her left hand, and she's going to begin to pull one of the swords out of her back. And she's going to do it slowly. And once the tip emerges from her back, she's going to bring the sword itself down as hard as she possibly can on the nearest chair.
Just straight through slice.
And once she has done that, she is going to grab the hilt of it and walk away.
You see
Vesh
Rachel.
having just walked up. What happened?
Risha sighs. Aizuesco is learning to control her temper. The captain of the Onyx Star was not a good man, but he was a fair man. We tolerate many things for a captain who will lead us out of a storm. But perhaps we should not have for quite so long.
This is the same captain that tried to kill Aizuesco when they left.
Yes.
And you continued to follow them afterwards?
She looks around to the wreckage and looks up at you. Not for very long.
I understand. And he doesn't look happy, quite happy with that answer. Well, maybe Aizuesco has a very good reason to be angry.
Yes.
What did you find out?
I've gathered as many people as I can. I don't know if it's enough to tip the scales in our favor. So maybe we should be prepared with a backup plan. Look, I wanted to leave earlier, but it seemed like we made a decision to shake things up here. I don't know if we can just back out of that now. And he looks to both of you, just the crew that's still here at the moment, looking for affirmation or anything on your faces that might guide him as to how you're feeling about this.
Speak plainly, Captain Vesh.
I don't think that we can just take our people and leave. I also don't. I don't think that I can make the call to have someone killed. But that seems to be what is being proposed here. It seems that this Korok is a very persuasive individual. Feared, yes, but respected. Aizuesco seems to think this will only end in violence. And with the people I've talked to, some feel the same. But I can't. I won't.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
At what point? Well, sorry, before I say, where are we?
I mean, you are in a
Out in the
building.
open.
In a building.
Just chilling.
In a building that's like half wrecked. Just in the town above the sinkhole. Like not above, but near the sinkhole.
Then Skel's gonna get really close to Vesh. At what point did the safety of the crew become more than the others? They are not our people. Yes, we saved them. But Rusttown was bound to fail. Is saving them worth the lives of my hive and Visha and Aizuesco? We did what we could. And you see, and maybe this is the first time you've actually been up close, but you can see Skel. He's wrecked. You can see spiders under his cloak, or like he's got like if you saw like an ardent or any other sort of humanoid person, there'd be huge bloody or sappy, if he's an ectus, gashes. You can see his arm, his sleeve is just dangling. He lost an arm. We are outmatched and outgunned, Captain. Sometimes you have to know when to survive.
He looks over Skel's damaged body, and it does hit him very harshly. The cost of what has happened already. It's very hard to be responsible for others. I want to do the right thing. I feel like I'm torn between different obligations. I feel I can't sacrifice my crew for others. Their lives are not more important than yours, Skel. You put your trust in me. I'm not going to betray that. And he hangs his head, and you can see that through this process, there was a sort of fire igniting in his eyes, you know, as he was starting to lead people and gather them together. But that has completely died out. We're going to quietly gather everybody from Rusttown and get back on the ship.
We do not have the provisions. We can return. We can come back. We are but one spirit root. Liberation does not come in a day, Captain Vesh. If you want to stay and fight, I will stay and fight. But I will not stand by and watch others die for your cause. You should send Visha away with the spirit root, because it is a lost cause to go to war here.
May I say something? Says Lau, leaning in.
A little
It's
pat.
possible you may help free these people without any more bloodshed.
What do you mean?
The pen is mightier than the sword. Captain Vesh, you spoke with many people. They prefer the way things are now or the way they were before?
I didn't get a solid answer. And you can look around and see the people that have gathered here, but there's just as many, if not more, gathered on the other side of this sinkhole, if you're looking out the windows or whatever.
Captain Vesh, have more faith in your abilities to change hearts. You all changed mine.
He looks to Visha. You're conscious now. And,
Yeah,
right?
she
You're
is.
with us. You're with us.
Mm-hmm. She's being looked over.
What do you think, Visha? I've heard from Skel. I've heard from Lao. What do you want to do?
Well, I think an important lesson that I learned when I became a doctor is that you can't save everyone. I think we can do what we can, but if it ends up getting us killed before you do what you need to do, would that be worth it to you? Would you die with any regret?
I'm not willing to let this crew down. There's a lot I still want to do. I want to go home again. I want to succeed. But I want to do it my own way.
Okay.
I want to do what feels right. Because nothing back home has ever felt right. But I don't see any good options here now.
Well, then I suppose we'll have to start looking for new ones. And I doubt we'll find those sitting where we are.
And we jump across the city at that moment to Aizuesco. I believe, Aizuesco, you are attempting to cut the heart out of this place. Oh, muted.
Dang, I thought I hit it. Must have missed it. She is attempting to confront the heart of this place.
Mm-hmm.
The sword that she was carrying has been returned carefully to its new place, just to the left of her, where I guess you could say her spinal column is.
If there was a spine
kind of
there.
If there is a spine there, yes. Just underneath the ribs. And
Would you
so
just
she
kind
is
of be asking to meet with Korok?
Yep. She is unarmed for the moment. I mean, she's always dangerous in a way, but she is not brandishing the sword as some sort of weapon at the moment.
So you ask, people, eventually, rather than Korok, you were greeted by the Ardent you met at first, the super smiley and overly kind Laka. and with them is a stern-looking Ectus. Laka kind of nods to Aizuesco and then says, "You, this is Amna, our second in command. I've been told you were looking for Korok." Amna kind of nods. Yeah, so Korok is buried, probably dead, in the rubble. He was in the center of the landslide, and we haven't pulled him out in the 4 hours we've been looking. So, for now, you talk to me. What do you want?
Did you agree with Korok's methods?
Kind of looks over to Laka. I was told by Laka we had a implied contract for the people here. It seems that was a misunderstanding. And those people were not in exchange for provisions, but were in fact actually refugees, and your assumption this was a safe haven.
That seems... I will be blunt but kind. Korok, if they told you this, they lied. My captain was upfront and honest that we had refugees on board that were looking for someplace safe. We were told this would be a good place to leave them and that they would be happy, not forced to work against their will.
Laka
So,
speaks up.
Mhm.
Amna, I think, and they kind of gesture to the growing crowd near the crew of the Spirit Route across the town. Just look. Do you really want to keep living this way? Amna kind of frowns. What is your intention here, Aizuesco? What do you want?
I want them safe. If they wish to stay and work, then I want them to stay and work. If they wish to see this as a place to start new, I want that. We will leave. No conflict.
And they clash their teeth together just very quickly.
Amna kind of, they're wearing like a vest and a few like odds and ends. Looks like navigator's gear, and kind of reach into a pocket and pull out a small booklet and scroll through like they're checking notes. I'm tired. Are you tired?
Quite.
And Amna's just gonna sit down on the ground and start reading through this little booklet in silence.
Aizuesco takes a step back to give them the room to do so without it seeming like they're looming over.
Let's see here. They look pained. Do you speak for your captain, Aizuesco?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
With all the damage, the cave-in, probably mostly starting from scratch as far as infrastructure around here. My mining operation is gone. Our trade is going to be at a deficit for some months while we rebuild. Our days of prosperity are at an end. With all of the people you brought from, was it Rusttown? Yeah, Rusttown.
Correct.
I suppose they might be able to fix things. It's been a while since we looked at our founding charter. She kind of taps the notebook in her hand and then puts it away. If the people want to stay and help us rebuild, no forced work. Council the way it was before. As long as there's no more violence, there's no point in us fighting helping hands right now.
I am relieved to hear you say this. Should we, do the Ardents still utilize the handshake?
Sometimes, but it's kind of become universal around here anyway. And Amna, who is an Ectus, will reach out her hand to you anyway to shake.
And she will do so carefully.
And they relax. In full disclosure, it was me who set up the mines, but I have complicated feelings about what Korok did here. With him probably dead, a lot of your questions are going to be dying with him about why and how. That's life on the wild waves, eh?
I can live with those questions dying as long as the people who wish to stay here are happy. Sometimes I find learning the hows and whys just make the wound fester rather than heal.
Kind of nods over. Laka, see that the crew of the Spirit Route and their refugees get the medical attention they need. I need to go back to unburying our people. And they start walking down towards the center of the town where the sinkhole opened up. Laka kind of nods and says, "It's been a rough night for him. He lost a lot of friends. She lost a lot of friends."
For what it is worth, I did not want to harm anyone here.
We all made our choices. Let's make the best of a really bad situation, and for now we can just focus on healing together rather than trying to kill each other. There'll be plenty of room for fighting and disagreeing some other time.
Then I will carry this news to Captain Vesh, and we will react accordingly.
And she gives a genuine smile.
And you see Laka will give a genuine smile and say, to be honest, I never really liked Korok anyway, but life is a life. I'll send the surgeons over as soon as they can be spared.
Her ink blot eyes, all four of them, close into tiny little razor slits. And she kind of does this it's like midway between like getting down on one knee and a bow. So like her right knee bends and her torso kind of leans forward at I'd say like a 30-ish degree angle for a moment, and then she comes back up and she turns around. You can kind of see like the hilt of the sword kind of just like poking out of the back of her skin. In about mid back as she goes, and she's going to walk back to the crew.
Meanwhile, there at the crew, Raisha will just be relaying to Visha. Sure, Visha's still having questions. Says the Onyx Star left a week ago. I know you'll probably want to go after them, regardless of what happens here.
Yes.
I can tell you what I know if you can stomach to have me around for a bit.
Yeah. Of course.
Good. And I know the mood was kind of somber as you're getting ready to mostly cut and run when Aizuesco comes back over.
As he approaches, Vesh is looking over his Junction Network book and is making plans for us to get on the ship, leave everybody behind, and go find the other parties of Rusttown, because we need to at least gather help from them. That's his mindset.
Captain,
Skel's looking at the 6-shooter that Vesh gave him. Small cannon.
Captain,
Aizuesco. We're going to be leaving.
indeed, your aim is complete. Korok is dead. Presumably,
His eyes widen as he looks to. Can he see the sword like from?
Not from the front.
It's not from the front. Okay.
Not from the front.
So his eyes widen and you can gather the quizzical look, like what he's asking.
not by my hand, but by the earth's, perhaps. Buried, still not found. Laka and Amna confirm that they will take who will help to rebuild, go back to the old ways, as they put it. Those
I
who
see.
wish to stay can stay, no forced work. We shook on it
see.
No bloodshed.
And this, you can see on his face that even though this is good news, it hasn't seemed to lift his spirits. So everything worked out as best it could. All right. I'll go talk to the people of Rusttown. And he hangs his head and turns to go tell everybody the news. They're probably all split up in different pockets, tending to wounded, helping out. And you just see him start to have this conversation. This is the situation. This is what's happening. We're going to be sending word to the other group about what happened here. And there will be communication. There will be options for them once we are able to get in touch with the other groups of Rusttown.
Are there any other groups for Rust?
Yeah, we split into different
But
ships.
as it collapsed, it like took everyone with us.
So
We haven't confirmed any other ships got out of Rusttown.
Yeah, so you have not
really?
heard word yet.
We might be the only survivors.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know.
Rewind a little.
I mean, you can
Vesh
still
will be
say
able-
that, but you don't know for certain. Like it's uncertain either way whether they got out.
Yeah,
or
but I'm not going to give like a false hope to people if I'm not sure that anybody made it out. I'm going to
Got
say, this is the situation. We are going to still try and get in contact with people. We know where they were supposed to go. If anyone made it out, we'll have word eventually. But for now, the people here are free to come and go as they please. But we are not ferrying a whole group of 25 plus people out. They have a safe situation.
Yeah, and,
There will be other ships that stop by.
and Lao, as kind of the spiritual leader of this group, would kind of relay that message to people. And they seem just grateful to be alive after everything that's happened to them over the past few days. And I think that is a great place to close season.
I got one more thing.
All right, go ahead.
Does Vesh return to like the house as Lao talks to them?
That's literally what I was going to do next. I was going to gather the crew.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For sure.
Talk to your crew.
Why do you look so dour? So sad.
I was ready to leave. Regardless of what happened to Korok, I wasn't willing to sacrifice my crew for this place. It didn't feel good. And just because that's not what needed to happen, just because things worked out doesn't mean that I didn't already make the decision in my head. I would have left these people here if Korok had been alive or not.
That is the difficult decision about being a captain. I told you before, Captain Vesh. Your ship is your web. The boards, the engine, the research, the cargo. You need faith in your ship like we need faith in our webs. It needs to be a thing that you don't think about. A spider does not wake up every morning and not trust that its web will hold, for they will always be repairing it then.
I'm not sure I have faith in myself, Skel. But I have faith in all of you. And he puts an arm around Skel. I have faith in this crew. I couldn't have found better people to travel with. And he looks to Visha and Aizuesco.
We will return. We can check up on these people. We might even be able to send stone or resources to assist in the rebuilding. There are other ways to help than throwing your life away, Vesh.
He can't help
I,
that. That's what they teach us.
Yo. What is the word Low Gothic for brood people?
Yeah, our people. Yes.
The people who birthed you.
Parents. Parents.
Parents, yes.
Parents.
Your parents teach you that.
Yeah.
it's the way of things back home.
Aizuesco, do you have parents like that?
Yes.
Ah. Interesting. Well, we can come back in a bit and check on them. And if it is not to our liking, I'm sure Aizuesco and I can have a word with the new leader, so you don't have to get your hands bloody, Captain.
Well, I'd like to check back here when we're successful with our mission, when we've set out and accomplished what we've set to do. If you'll all still be on this crew, I'd like to return together.
Well, of course.
I gave you my word in Rusttown. And now I owe a life debt to Visha, so that I am not going anywhere.
You don't owe me a
Oh.
life debt.
You spun me around as we were falling and took the brunt of the damage.
You don't owe me.
I would have been in an what is the word? Unrecoverable number of spiders.
I know.
Well, that's what our people do, right? And Vesh is
Yeah.
starting to smile again.
She gives him the smile like, you motherfucker. Use it against me.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stay because one, I like you all, and two, Aizuesco will be the best shot at finding the Onyx Star or whatever, and I want to see my brother, and also I need to make sure that you succeed.
Your brother? Did I hear? Because I don't think I heard this explanation.
You are not here now.
You're going to love it. You're going to get to meet my brother. Apparently, he's on the Onyx Star. He's like me. You know,
Oh,
dead.
right.
You'll get to meet the first person who ever sailed the spirit route and who made it.
The supposed owner of my ship.
Mm-hmm.
Great. That'll be fantastic.
You will
You'll have
love
to
him.
tell me more about him if we're going to meet.
I
Question.
will.
When we find the Onyx Star, am I allowed to use the storm rail cannon that is on the ship?
If we need to.
Skel will look at Aizuesco.
Side eye.
The choice is the captain's, not mine.
Would you be upset if I shot it with a lightning cannon?
We'll,
talking to Aizuesco.
He said,
Thank you, Yub Yub
AB
again.
conversation.
10 gifted more. Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
Yub
thank
Yub.
you so much.
Wow.
"Thank you,
Really
Yub Yub.
appreciate it.
Thanks for coming to
Yep,
see
yep.
us live."
As you are asking that, you hear a large clank as you see that Lao rests your giant cannon on the wall next to you. It's like, I figured you would want to be without that anymore.
That is a good point. I think I might keep it closer on hand.
The answer to your question is fire away.
Good enough for me.
All right. And that is where we will leave off for season 1. There will be long montage of you all resting, rebuilding if you want, or leaving. You have time to think about it in between seasons. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the raids. Thank you. For
Thank
the
you, Yub
donos.
Yub.
Thank you, Yub Yub. You must
Thank you,
have
Yub
gifted
Yub.
Thank you,
50
Yub
subs
Yub.
today. It feels like. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
25 gifted subs today.
Thank you.
Thanks
That's
for
really
coming to see us
appreciated.
live.
It
That's
all goes-
crazy.
Yeah, thanks for coming live. Really appreciate you.
We
I
have
know-
some great new art that will be
Amazing
releasing
art.
soon.
Amazing
Yes.
art.
Yes.
2 new shows that have yet to be announced.
Treats
Art is already
soon.
looking great. So we are going to be off until January on this show. We are off the rest of the week, but Dying Storms, our Cosmere RPG, is going to be back next Thursday. Stuff is really heating up in that show too.
It is.
But for now, we say goodbye to the Wildsea. We take a large breath in between the branches, and we will be back for season 2 when the crew, after many sidetracks, will get back to the primary objective, as it seems, now that they've settled the people of Rusttown into tracking down the Onyx Star for revenge, justice, discovery, and maybe Vesh will get to deliver that letter he's been carrying around. We will find out
Ooh.
soon. Thank you all for joining with us. Thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you to all the crew for season 1. Really appreciate it. And we will see you all soon. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
굶어 깨무증이에 baby bird and mama bird 아련히